Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Going straight into this video, I'll be sharing with you how I prep my wig cap for my braided wig. I got a lot of questions in my previous videos how I do this, so I decided to make this video. The cap that I like to use is the spandex dome wig cap, and I usually get it from my local beauty supply store. And the net that I use as my closure, I usually get from Amazon. I'm going to try to see if I can find the link to put it down below in the description box. If you go on Amazon and type ventilate less cap or less cap for making wigs, I'm sure something will come up. So when sewing this net on the cap, I usually turn the cap inside out before placing it on the mannequin head. And when it comes to the measurements of this net, I don't really have like a specific measurement. I just cut it not too big or not too small, just like the size of a closure. I just eyeball it and cut it, and then yeah, that's all I do. And if you notice, I fold the net into two just to make it a little more sturdy and prevent it from tearing when you begin to attach your hair extensions on it. So then after placing my net on the wig cap, I will go ahead and secure it with some T-pins, and then I'll begin to sew. I usually start by sewing one side of the net at a time. But the most important thing that you have to do while sewing this net is to make sure that you pull it as you sew it. I cannot stress that enough. You have to pull this thing for it to be able to lay straight on this cap. If not, it's not going to come out well. So what I'm trying to say is that if you do not pull this net as you're sewing it, if you do not stretch it, it's going to create some pleats, it's going to create folds, and that is not how we want it to look like. So you have to really pull it and stretch it as possible for it to be able to lay flat. If you have ever sewn a hair closure before, it's just the same thing, just that with this one you have to like really stretch it, not to the extent where the net is torn, but you have to like stretch it for it to be able to lay flat as you sew it. Go ahead and sew one side first, then go to the other side and sew it before you sew the back part of the net. Doing so makes it easier for you to be able to stretch it and to make it lay as flat as possible. The first time I tried sewing this thing, I was kind of frustrated because it came out like pleats with pleats and folds, and I had to like take it off and redo it. But trust me, after doing it a couple of times, you're going to get used to it. It's not really that hard. You just have to keep stretching it, like I said. Done sewing, go ahead and cut off the excess cap underneath where you place the hair net, and you will have a nice and well prepped wig cap to make your braided wig. I hope this video was helpful to those who asked, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Please go ahead and check out my other videos on how to make your own braided wigs. I have like 3 other videos on my channel. Go ahead and check them out if you want. Here is what the closure looks like when I was done making mine. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for always stopping by. I really do appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.